What's up guys, my name is ESO and I am here with another mod review in Skyrim. Today we are looking at the mod Tanner's Ridge, which adds a stunningly beautiful Archer themed treehouse that can be used as a player home. This is one of the most well done and luxurious treehouses out there, and let me tell you, it might just be your Archer's paradise. But before we can get it, we have to complete a small quest. So to start the quest, you need to head over to Riften's northern gate, where you'll find a note pinned to a tree by an arrow. This is actually a nice little hint at the theme of the house. After reading the note, you'll want to talk to a character named Tanner, who is found in Iverstead pub. She's actually voice acted, which is a really nice touch.
Are you looking for coin or trouble?
She will tell you to go and kill some Spriggan outside the treehouse. There are 4 Spriggan to kill, so it can actually be quite a challenge. But once you've killed them, she'll give you the key to the house. Now, as you all know, I think backstories in mods are great. They help give the house meaning and context, and this is no exception. So the house is actually located near Redwater Den. It's not too far from Riften. Let's talk about the outside first. The treehouse itself is really well done. Compared to other treehouse mods, this one achieves a sense of belonging in its environment. It blends in really well, nestled comfortably in the canopy, and it looks great from a distance, almost as good as it does close up. The branches of the tree engulf the house and intertwine around it. 2 wooden trees are used to support the house and help give it a realistic feel. It's not just floating in the air. I also like the use of barrels to create tower-like rooms coming off the main treehouse. It gives an overall higgledy-piggledy look to it that I think really works with the treehouse theme. Nothing looks perfect, everything looks handcrafted, as it should. Around the area there's also a nice pond with a jetty protruding into it. It makes for a rather picturesque location. And of course, because the house is Archer themed, there are a few targets in the trees. It's actually quite creative how they're positioned, and it makes it a lot more interesting to shoot than the ones on the ground. I think these are the first targets that I actually have an urge to use. There are even steps so you can go and retrieve your arrows after you have finished practicing. A full forge can also be found outside with several chests to sort your items into. The forge actually looks really pretty at night with all the lanterns hanging from the trees. Again, another creative use of the surrounding environment. There are 2 ways to get inside the house, either through the use of a ladder that's been cut into the tree, that in turn leads up to a trapdoor, or up the stairs, which leads you to a balcony. Notice the attention to detail of the fallen leaves that you can see on the decking. The location of the home is actually a great hunting spot, so you can quite literally hunt from your own front door. This in itself is a unique feature that I'm not even sure was intended. As soon as you enter the home, you're greeted by a giant stuffed bear, which is pretty awesome. It's like some kind of guard dog. So the first special feature inside the house that you will either love or hate is a barrel full of arrows. It has 500 of all the best arrows, and if that wasn't enough, it actually respawns as well. The next thing you're going to notice in the house is the well presented display area. Mannequins are positioned below weapon displays. You can organise your outfits and the complementary weapon sets here. There are also a few display cases in front of that. It's one of the best set out displays I have ever seen in a mod. You're doing it right. At the fireplace end of the house, yes, a fireplace in a treehouse. No, I'm not too sure either. It has a cooking pot though, and it gives the house a cozy feel to it. And there's quite a nice bookshelf with a display case on it. There are also 2 thrones that complement the luxurious aesthetic the creator is going for. Also, notice how he used dragon staffs as the table legs. This is true attention to detail that puts this mod in front of others. The home also has an alchemy lab. It has a stone wall behind it with some mushrooms growing out of it. I've never seen this before in a house and it works really well. Freshly harvested ingredients are always best. It also has an enchanting lab that's set into a small alcove. I really liked how the creator used shelves to exaggerate the house's unusual shape. It's definitely not a generic box house. The bedroom is set apart from the main space. It can be accessed by a staircase. I quite like the idea that while sitting in bed you get a view over the main room. If you had entered through the trapdoor entrance, you would have come through a separate way, located under the staircase. I feel both entrances work really well. Overall, the interior architecture of the house is impressive. The creator has managed to create an interesting vaulted ceiling that makes the space seem very spacious, very luxurious for a treehouse. There are 2 pillars holding up the vaulted ceiling. One is used as a small bar table with food on it, while the other has a very creative feature. The creator has used upside down deer antlers as bow holders. All the bows are here and you can take them freely. Though this feature is very simple, it is one of my favourite ideas in the home. While we're looking at the rafters, you might also notice a rope ladder. A lot of people seem to miss this, but if you climb up, it will take you outside. Now we're in the tree canopy. I feel that this house gives a really unique experience that you just don't get with others. It actually reminds me of Le Corbusier's roof garden in Paris, where you can only see the skyline of the surrounding buildings. In this instance, we can only see the mountains bordered by trees. I know only 1% of you will actually understand the reference, but I couldn't help but point it out. So to summarise, Tanner's Treehouse is one of the best luxurious treehouses in Skyrim. It has a nice little quest tied to it that gives the home some context. It is by all means the perfect archer's paradise. I really like the routes in, out and around the treehouse that allows you to climb on top of the building. The overall aesthetic and special features are really well executed. Now, some of you probably know I do spend a lot of time reviewing these mods and thinking about points I want to talk about and which camera angles I want to use. So if you are enjoying the series, could you please help me out by sharing it and liking the video? If you have any other good mods you would like to see reviewed, just leave them in the comments. Don't worry if they don't get reviewed straight away, I have a huge list and I'm working through it when I have time. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.